Hello everybody, this is Brandon of Brandon's Bakery World, and I'm going to show you how I made some of the decorations on this beautiful girl baby shark themed cake for Kylie's first birthday. So let's get started. So you are going to need different colors of fondant. I've got yellow, green, purple and orange, small painting brushes, a bond tool, a bowl tool, and this pen-like modeling tool. You also need corn flour, sometimes called cornstarch, a foam pad and a cake board on which you'll be putting your decorations. So I just start by dusting my workstation and also my cake board on which I'm going to be transferring my decorations with a little bit of cornstarch. This helps prevent the decorations from sticking and also my fondant from sticking onto my workstation as I roll it out and also as I knead it. You also need to sprinkle a little bit of the corn flour on the fondant itself and then knead it up so that it becomes flexible and it starts to stretch. So this is a baby shark themed cake. Obviously you're going to be making sea themed decorations. I'm trying to make coral here. I think that's what it's called. If you know the real name, the correct name, please just write it down in the comment section. So I just snip bits of fondant and then roll them up in my hands and just start pricking them all over to create this effect, this texture. Yeah, I think that's coral. Then to make the purple coral, I roll my purple fondant into a tiny log, a very thin log, and cut it at different lengths. Then set the small pieces aside. I start making my edible glue. You're going to need a little bit of Tylose powder and water. So just a pinch or two of the Tylose powder and then fill the container up with water. Shake it very vigorously and set it aside to set. Yeah, leave it aside to set and for the CMC to dissolve. This is what we're going to be using to adhere different pieces of fondant onto each other and make them intact. So that's my edible glue, then I set it aside. And now back to my purple fondant bits. I'm just going to drill tiny holes using the backside of my pen modeling tool and then roll them between my fingers again just to taper them down a bit. Then adhere all the different pieces together. Well, you just decide how many pieces you want to stick onto each other. You could do 2, you could do 3, you could do 7. It all depends on what you want to get, and then just join them together. Afterwards, you cut off the excess fondant using your pizza cutter and then set aside on your cake board for drying. Now for the seaweed, I'm going to need green fondant. You sprinkle your corn flour as I mentioned earlier, then you knead it up and make sure that it starts to stretch. Then you roll it out very thinly using your rolling pin. From time to time, always remember to sprinkle the corn flour to prevent sticking. Then using a pizza cutter, start cutting different lengths and different sizes of your green fondant, but basically in the shape of weeds. All right, so you could make them straight, you could taper one end. It all depends on what you'd want to get. You can make various different thicknesses as well. It all depends on what you want to get. Then using your hands, just start twisting the green fondant strips in your hands and then set them aside on your cake board. Just like that, very easy. And for the other decorations, I used a sea-themed silicone chocolate mold and I melted my white chocolate and colored it with pink chocolate soluble food coloring. Then also added a bit of vegetable oil just to make the consistency a bit thinner. Then you fill all your cavities and scrape off all the excess chocolate and put in the fridge to set, then unmold. When the fondant decorations are dry, you need to steam them using a garment steamer, but one that you specifically reserved for steaming your cakes and your cake decorations. This helps to remove all the excess cornstarch and the powderiness and the whiteness and restore the natural color of your fondant decorations. And lastly, for the sea sand, I just crushed some Mary biscuits, but I didn't make that part of the tutorial, but you can see it on the picture right there. Hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much for your time and please subscribe to my channel. See you next time with yet another exciting and informative video. Goodbye.